It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Heat in Miami. Looking at Miami, dismal record over the last 10 games, just 2-8. Nothing seems to be going their way right now. Guys, let's dig into some of the players who might be, less known to the viewers and talk about some of the more underrated players in the league. Who would be your picks? Underrated guys, Kenny.
I like Paul Millsap. I think he's underrated. I think his value to the team. There's a bunch of guys on that Atlanta team that's underrated. Teague and Millsap. Markieff Morris up in Phoenix, man. A lot of people, because the Suns aren't in the playoffs, they don't get the opportunity to see how good a player he is. And Shaq, who
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
A lot of action for Harris. He's got 13 points, and he's drained 3 three-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Miami, Harris in at point guard. Chris Bosh is out there with Winslow. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was a big factor. He had 9 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Both good from the line that time. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
Bosh, a screen on Collison. Bosh can't hit.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Gay with no one around. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Kicks it to Winslow. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Now here's Cousins. He's got 9. And that one's good. Cousins has got 11 points.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Collison against Harris. That 3 off the mark.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got it all tied up now for Sacramento. Collison against Harris. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Heat with some changes. Deng comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Udrih in for Winslow. Collison, the pass to Cousins. For the lead, again, Sacramento.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
To the left wing. Fultz. He's guarded by Cousins. Can they get it? The shot will not go. Great D that time from Collison.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Gay outside. And it's Gay again missing.
Talk about hurting your team. He just can't get anything to go out there.
Harris outside. Here's the 3. Shot's good. Harris has got 6 in the quarter.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Here's Cousins. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. And the wide open shot from Collison. No good on the 3. Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
And he gets it to go. The Kings trail by 4. Screen by Cousins. Collison kicks to Cousins. Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Collison dishes to Cousins. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11. Miami's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Deng passes to Wade. And another basket for Miami.
That's a clean look. They gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Collison kicks to Gay. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Cousins with a screen for Gay. To the middle. It's tipped. Now Wade. He has 5. And it's Harris off the drive.
Even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. A ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Harris. A platoon swap here for Sacramento.
Come on, lock it up, fellas. Lock it up.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And Cole kicks to Hardaway. He feeds it to Booker. Pulls up on the elbow. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Booker's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Here's Harris. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Heat lead by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K's Make Substitutions. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. On the court for Sacramento, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Koufos out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's Collison in at the point guard. Hardaway dishes to Cousins. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. 22 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Some changes for Sacramento. Taj Gibson's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Gay comes in for Koufos, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Hardaway. 2 minutes. Harris outside. Back to Wade. Out to Harris. Bosh, the screen. Shot clock at 5. Out of bounds, Sacramento. Will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Sacramento calls time. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
Thank you, Doris. They retain possession. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Miami.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Harris outside. From deep. It's hauled in by the Kings. Gay's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Caldwell-Pope passes to Collison. Harris on the double team. Caldwell-Pope kicks to Gibson. Here's Cousins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And now it's 27 points for DeMarcus Cousins. The Heat leading by 6. Rejected by Collison.
It's going to take something special. For them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward. This is exactly what happens when you allow Chris Bosh to get going.
.40 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
Harris dishes the box. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
It's a good night for Chris Bosh. 9 points and 2 rejections. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Collison up again. Here's Gibson. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Here's Collison. He dishes it to Caldwell-Pope. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Yeah, the defense had better watch out. He is starting to feel it.
Greg, he knows it's time to take over. His time to take over, and you're right. They've got to play him much tighter.
Gabe passes to Collison. It's off. Here's Gibson. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
For the win. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. Regulation is ended, and we're heading to overtime. Back after this. And what great competition we're seeing so far. After regulation, the stalemate. And we'll see now how these two teams and these checked in for the Heat. And then for Sacramento, Koufos comes in for Taj Gibson. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Caldwell Pope. It's Gay on the way. Yes!
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
It's the first. That puts them up by 5. Sacramento making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Gibson comes in for Koufos. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Here's Harris. Harris missing again.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. So he comes up empty, missing both. There's the triple. Dishes to Wade. In the corner, Winslow with it. Here's Harris. Off target with that shot. So the Kings win it.
Well, DeMarcus.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our DeMarcus Cousins. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
The thing I like most about Cousins is the passion he plays the game with. Maybe he rubs some people the wrong way, but I don't want my big man smiling all the time. I want my big man to be mean.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For